Hey everybody, it's Jason Wood with J. Park Houston County in Birmingham, Alabama, coming to you live in regards to the story behind a 5-star review. I feel like more agents, number one, need to get better at telling stories. They need to tell more stories and they need to tell them more often. And a great piece of subject matter for that story is your testimonials and reviews. Now, sure, I'm going to share this on social media. And, you know, the comments are really awesome from my client. But a lot of these, and I think if you've seen these reviews online, you know they kind of run together, right? They all have the same theme, like great job, great service, would recommend this person to anybody. But there's so much more than that to these reviews. There's so much more that goes into this. Like, if you read this review, now she says that she used 2 other realtors before, none of them could get the job done, and I stepped in and saved the day, right? But there's so much more to this story, and it's educational to the consumer, because what Ashley was trying to do is go directly to the listing agents. And we see this a lot in the real estate industry. Agents go directly to the listing agent because they feel like, well, number one, they want to go straight to the source. Nobody knows the property like the listing agent, right? They also feel like maybe they can get a better deal. Like maybe there's some more negotiation room if I go straight to the listing agent. Well, what's the problem with that? And the problem really comes down to one word, and that's fiduciary. So the fiduciary duty of the listing agent belongs to the seller. What does fiduciary mean? It's advocacy. So the seller, the agent works for the seller, the listing agent works for the seller, and I work for the buyer. Now, another misconception in our industry is that if you hire me to help you buy a home, it's going to cost you money. And that's just simply false. So I work for you for free. The commission that is offered by the seller is split between the buying agent and the listing agent. So there you go. It's a no-brainer. I think what Ashley was thinking is, you know, it's also a hot market. She'd heard stories about a seller's market, and this market's not fun. Yeah, let's not, paint any roses around this market. It is a really challenging market, and it's super competitive. And so I think part of Ashley's thought process was, if I go straight to the listing agent, I'll have a better shot because maybe they'll make more. Which is kind of smart, huh? I mean, maybe they'll make more. They'll want to work with me because they'll get both sides of the commission. It just wasn't working out for Ashley. You know, and for whatever reason, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't privy to those transactions and why they didn't work out. But in a multiple offer situation, you know, if an agent is doing their ethical duty, they're going to take the best offer to the seller. And I think a lot of agents, especially really good agents, know that working both sides of a transaction brings in a lot of liability for both parties, right? So what Ashley ended up doing was taking her frustration to her dad, who lives in Mississippi. And her dad went to his agent in Mississippi and goes, hey, my daughter's trying to buy a home in Birmingham, and she's having a heck of a time. She can't get an offer accepted. She can't get these agents to communicate with her properly. You know, she is just getting the short end of the stick. What should we do? And Paige, who is the agent that referred Ashley to me in Mississippi, has referred deals to me in the past, said, well, what's the situation here? Does she have somebody representing her? And he said, no, she's going straight to the listing agent because she feels like that would be easier, and she doesn't really know any agents. And Paige was like, wait a minute, let's back up here. I got the agent for you. Let me get them together. And we went out one time. One time, she found the house. We wrote it up, got it accepted, got it closed. It was one of the easiest deals that that I've ever done. And it really changed her perspective on the whole experience, which she was pretty disgruntled by the time she got to me. So was able to create a very positive consumer experience and walk her through steps of how to win in a very competitive seller's market. So when over 50% of the properties out there are getting more than one offer, how do you make yours attractive? How do you put yourself and your client in a position to win? And so we were able to use all these strategies to help her and get the job done. And not only did she close on the home, this is her first home. She is a brand new homeowner, and she's super excited, and we can't wait to celebrate taking her out to dinner this Thursday, and it's going to be a big time. So I just wanted to share this with you, and I wanted to encourage more agents out there to share the stories behind their reviews. I've got another one that I want to share that closed this same week, and it was a wild one thanks to the kind of effects of Hurricane Zeta by the time she got up here to the northern central part of Alabama, because there were some tornadoes and there was a lot of damage and power outages, and you can't close at a title company if they don't have any power. So stay tuned for that story. And listen, if you know anybody that wants to buy, sell, or invest, and I'm talking, I don't care where you're watching from. Just if it's in the state of Alabama, call me. If I don't serve that market, I'll put you in touch with a great agent who does. Thanks so much for watching.